Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about some Icosa. And what's on my mind right now is I'm getting a lot of people, hearing a lot of people talking. People are asking me questions really specific to short-term arbitrage opportunities. And in a sense, to me, that is good. But I will tell you, because the system needs it. If there's massive gaps in price, one thing versus the other, we need people taking advantage of that. And it's great that people can make a profit off of doing that. But I would be really careful spending too much time on that and basically missing the big picture. I think some of the big picture that I'm really trying to boil things down to, and I'm specifically looking forward to, I guess as an example, the big HSI days, which start on Sunday, November 13th. That's where all of the HSIs that were given to all the wrapped HEX that was given to the Icosa project comes back to the Hedron project as liquidations. I can show that really quick. Hey, look, my YouTube channel. So people are consistently giving HSIs to this Icosa project in return for Icosa. And we've had almost 4,000 of these HSIs given to this project. I think there was over 2,000 of them on the first day. So if that's the case, that means on November 13th, there's going to be 2,000 HSIs that show up in the active liquidations at Hedron.pro. And really, getting back to what I was saying, one thing is, I think this is a meaningful time in the HEX and Icosa ecosystem. How you play the game here is going to set you apart. There's a chance it's going to set you apart from everyone else. There's a chance that everyone values this opportunity perfectly. They value the future speculation of Hedron perfectly versus the HEX price now. I doubt it. I think people are going to overvalue one or the other. I personally think people tend to value short-term plays. I think the short-term play that they're going to value is going to be they're going to want to give up their Hedron for these HSIs. And in a sense, that's going to be really good if that happens for the Hedron project, because it's going to massively lower the total supply of Hedron. But we will see. And another cool thing is that during this time, we have the ability to watch. We will know what is the Hedron price at that time, what is the Hedron ratio that people are bidding, because when these HSIs show up here, they're going to be bid, and you can watch and you can wait, and you can see how much Hedron in the first day is going into this massive amount of HSIs. There's lots of plays, maybe the second and the third day and the fourth day, and maybe that first week. By the end of the week, we've used up so much of the Hedron supply. You can go really far at the end of the week or something like that. We will see, but I would say be careful and ask yourself, for example, is it worth giving up your ownership in Hedron for HEX? And that's just a simple, obvious question. For me specifically, I'm going to guard my Hedron and my Icosa relatively highly. Hedron and Icosa are a new project for me where I want to have as much of supply in years from now. As long as I think this project is healthy and going to do well, I mean, I know we're in a bear market right now. The price is, if it does what it's supposed to do, it's going to be a lot higher whenever we have our next bull run. And at that time, I want to have just an exorbitant, massive amount of supply. And I want to be really careful taking the very first opportunity that comes and YOLOing in on it and eliminating any other future opportunity. But I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just saying I think that's what's going to happen. I see that tendency in people to go for the short term. And if that's the case, then of course I'm going to do the opposite. The advantage will be for those that hold their Hedron and don't sell it for the HSIs. If I see the opposite, if I'm seeing no one taking advantage of these HSIs, I will go to the opposite extreme and I will get rid of my Hedron for an amazing opportunity to collect a bunch of HEX. But if it was up to me, for the project's sake and my own selfish sake, it would be everyone YOLOs in on these HSIs, giving me just a massive return in Icosa yields and my Hedron that I own to just be that much bigger portion of supply. but we will see what happens, and we have the ability to watch. I would just be careful automatically looking at the short-term play through this project. You can spend a lot of time crunching numbers, and sometimes you miss the big picture for the short term. And I'm seeing that from people. It's very common. But I will just tell you, as someone that has accumulated a relatively large amount of crypto, way bigger people than me, but if millions of dollars in crypto sounds like a lot, then I've accumulated a lot. And I'll tell you, long-term plays, not going all in on the first potential buy, without a really clear opportunity associated with it, is something I'm very slow to do. There's a reason I have so much Hedron and Icosa. It's because I haven't sold already. I didn't sell right off the bat when Hedron price went up a lot. And we will see in the long term if that would have been the best play. But I'm not taking myself out of the future potential opportunity. I'm going to let things ride for a little bit. That's a relatively high value of mine. And hopefully this is really simple. Hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully you guys know this. And if you don't, well, then I hope this helps you. I'm really not, I'm not getting too caught up in stuff and just going to sit and watch. And I'm probably going to start focusing on other projects, bringing them in. And as the HSI, bringing them into the channel. And as the HSI buybacks, the big HSI days come, then we'll start focusing on it. We'll get a good strategy. I'll tell you what I'm doing. We'll see how obvious one option is versus the other. But I think right now we're still early. If you like these projects, if what you've seen suggests to you that these are good long-term plays, then get in. It's still early. And I'll keep updating you as times go on. Just don't lose the big picture. I would play out the big picture. Where do you want to be in a couple years, and plan out little steps to get there. And if giving up all your Hedron takes you out of that picture, then you should probably be very careful doing it. And anyway, this is a really quick video, hopefully, for you guys again. And I hope that this is helpful to you. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear people speculate on if they think people are going to YOLO on these HSIs, or they're just going to protect and hold their Hedron because they think it's so valuable during the big HSI days on November 13th, starting on November 13th. And I've really enjoyed talking to you guys. You have been such a positive group of people, and I'm thankful for every single one of my subs. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.